Well, I was doing my own research on the internet, and I was just looking around for developments for the future, something for my children, and I was looking particularly at Pakistan because obviously that's where we come from, and realised there's a lot of potential in the Balochistan area. Friends and family, one of my uncles, my mamu, he's actually brought some land over there, and obviously I was encouraged into looking into it further. So to invest in Gwadar, I've been to other cities. So obviously you've got Dubai and you've got Abu Dhabi, and if you see the progress that's been made in those countries, when I looked at the fact that China, which I go to Guangzhou as well, when I realised that Saudis were investing in a refinery, and I realised that there was a huge development being built by the Chinese, I thought how can something go wrong when you have two of the largest, wealthiest countries combining their efforts together to build something so big? It makes you think that there's a big potential going on in Gwadar. Oh yes, yeah. I spoke to Ali, and Ali did a lot of explaining about how the Gwadar project that you're developing is how the progress is developing. And what I liked about Ali and what he told me was the infrastructure. Besides how you're developing infrastructure and how it's all being managed, I guess the main thing is if you've got the management in place, then your development is going to prosper. And if you know what exactly is happening, then it makes sense of what's being developed. Yeah, I mean, I've been online and I've done my own research into Gwadar. So there's videos out there on the internet, but you don't know who you're speaking to when you're doing your own research. So when I went online, there's a vast amount of information that tells you what's being developed there. You hear stories about schools being developed, and then you hear stories about mosques being developed, and you hear there's a huge refinery being built. But obviously, if you speak to someone in person, you know exactly where you stand. And also, I guess in any place where you speak to someone person to person, you know fairly well that you're dealing with a reputable company, and that's why obviously it's encouraged me now to look into this further. The thing is, Gwadar is like a puzzle. You don't know exactly, you know what's going on, but you don't know how it all fits, and it's a puzzle at the moment. So I think this is the main obstacle with knowing what's happening in Gwadar at the moment, because what you hear is you're hearing stories that there's a lot of money being spent. You hear all this news about billions of pounds being spent, and then you have this issue that obviously I'm Pakistani and my parents are from Pakistan, British Pakistani, and obviously you think, well, there's a lot of negativity about Pakistan. So it's emphasized now that I know what's happening at the bottom of Pakistan now, and I realize the potential that's been envisioned in Balochistan. So I think right now it's clarified my matters with Balochistan and Gwadar zone, and makes sense of what's exactly happening over there. Oh, I'm coming back tomorrow with my friend. My friend is interested in purchasing a plot, so we're going to talk together about looking into this together, and I'm more actually interested now than I was before, because I now have prices of what I can buy and what I can't buy. I think if you have a price and you have your set prices as you've done here, it's more realistic knowing what you're going to get, because obviously all my questions have been answered in terms of how much I'm investing. I'd recommend it to friends and family definitely, and I would encourage anyone, anyone who's Pakistani, definitely, that in a few years' time, if you're looking to invest abroad, or if you were looking for a place where you would want your children to prosper, there's no point going to somewhere like Dubai because everything there is too expensive. There's no point looking abroad. If you speak the language and you understand the culture, then it's easier for you to invest somewhere where at the price right now, your price is very low compared to what you're looking at abroad. If you just look, if you cross the sea and you end up in Oman, or you end up in Qatar or Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the prices there are extremely expensive, isn't it? So you can purchase properties there, but you need 10 times what you would be investing in Gwadar. And because I'm Pakistani, I would encourage people from this country, especially Pakistanis, to invest back in their own country. And I would say, the country will prosper eventually when you have projects like this being built.